Arsenal have been doing really well this season. And this guy in particular, Olivier Giroud, has been a revelation. I mean, some people last season said he weren't going to be able to cut it, but he's been absolutely amazing playing up front on his own. But honestly, I'm a worried man at the moment. I wake up in the morning and I'm shivering and I'm worried and I'm thinking, what if anything happens to him? What if he gets an injury? Who's going to come in? Nicholas Bentner? No, I shouldn't take the mick out of Bentner and that. But we need a striker. We need another striker with Olivier Giroud. So I thought I'd take a look at 5 strikers that could win us the title this season if we bring them in alongside Giroud. At number 5, now listen, hey, watch it. I know all of you are going to get on my back. You're all going to say, Robbie, why are you mentioning this guy's name again? There's no way he'll ever come to Arsenal. What are you smoking over there? Blah, blah, blah. Yes, you've guessed it, Luis Suarez. Now listen, I saw him when he came to the Emirates, and even though he was shackled by our defenders, every time he got the ball, you could just see he looked dangerous. He is a quality player. He's been scoring all the goals for Liverpool this season. He's been absolutely on fire. Now, I don't know. Yes, probably there's no way on earth that Liverpool would sell him. They'd have to be mental to sell him. But just imagine if we were able to get him. Maybe we need to go out there and put a crazy offer in to bring him to Arsenal. Because Luis Suarez is an unpredictable character. We don't know what he's thinking. If Arsenal went to him and said, Suarez, come over here, he might come for something ridiculous. For something ridiculous, Liverpool might accept the offer, and Suarez would want to be playing in the Champions League. And now that he's going to be playing in the World Cup, he wants to be playing at the real top level. So if it was possible, Luis Suarez would be a player that could come in and help us to win the Premier League this season. At number 4, I'm going to go for Michu. Now, a lot of people are going to be saying, yeah, but he's not been all that this season. Not as prolific as he was last season, but he's still a quality player. He just burst into the Spanish team the other day. And I think that if he was playing at Arsenal, he'd be a perfect backup for Olivier Giroud. So if Giroud got injured, you know that you could put Michu in there. You know he can play up front on his own. And he's always got goals in him. He's an excellent finisher. He wouldn't be cup-tied in the Champions League. So why not? What would he cost? Maybe a 15 million? And he'd run to Arsenal. So it would definitely be an option to bring Michu in, and he could be a player that could win us the Premier League. At number 3, another player that I think if we brought him in alongside Olivier Giroud, he could help us to win the Premier League, and his name is Christian Benteke. Now, I know what you're saying. He just signed a new deal at Aston Villa, but you know what? Money talks. And the fact that he wouldn't be cup-tied for the Champions League, the fact that he wants to get into that Belgium team to be playing next season, to be playing in the World Cup at the end of the season, would really entice him to want to come to Arsenal. And we've seen the damage that he can do. I mean, as far as Aston Villa's concerned, if he's not playing, they've got no team. He would be a brilliant signing. And I'm sure there must be some release clause there somewhere buried in that contract. Why don't we check it out? He could be a player that could help us to win the Premier League. At number 2, now this player is definitely a player who could come in and help Arsenal to win the Premier League. He plays with Olivier Giroud already for France, and his name is Karim Benzema. Now, in the summer, they were talking about it'd be like 30, 40 million to get this guy, but I think his price has dropped down a bit. He's out of favour at Real Madrid, even though he's been scoring goals, but he hasn't been banging him in as he should. But I think if he came to Arsenal, Arsene Wenger got hold of him. You know, he's been a long-time admirer of him, Arsene Wenger. This guy could come in and do damage in the Premier League. All right, he'd be cup-tied in the Champions League, but I want to win the Premier League. I think that is the thing that we've got the best chance of winning. And why not bring him in? I mean, him and Olivier Giroud that would strike fear into the opposition. And I think under Arsene Wenger, he'd regain back his mojo and he'd be a massive player for us. So why not go out there in January and try and get in Karim Benzema from Real Madrid? He'd even be able to play again with Mesut Ozil, a guy who created so many goals from at Madrid. So to me, it's a no-brainer. Benzema to Arsenal, be great, and it could help us to win the Premier League. The number one option for me as a player that could come in for Arsenal and could push us on to win the Premier League, a player that we wouldn't have to worry if anything happened to Olivier Giroud. We could play him with Olivier Giroud. It would provide brilliant competition for Olivier Giroud. It would also strike fear into every single team we played, whether it be Chelsea, whether it be City. They'd be all scared when the thought of our midfield with Ramsey, with Walcott, with Ozil, and then with this guy in front, it's Robert Lewandowski. Now, it was all lined up for him to go to Bayern Munich, but now we're not too sure. Apparently Bayern Munich have gone a bit cold on the whole thing. His price has come right down because he's nearly at the end of his contract. In the summer, he'll be able to walk away from Borussia Dortmund for free. So they'd be mugs to just let the contract run down. They've got to get some money for him. So Arsenal could go in there, pay about 10 million for him. All right, his wages would be very high, but surely it would be worth it because this guy, he will score goals. He's one of the best strikers in the world. And he is a striker that if we was able to entice and bring into the Arsenal, could help us to win the Premier League. And why not? We managed to get Ozil, so why can't we get a player of Lewandowski's calibre? Arsene Wenger, Ivan Gazidis, all of the board, if you're watching this video, go out there and get Lewandowski and let's win the league. So what's your opinion? I've just given you 5 players that I think if you added them to our team in January could help us to win the Premier League. What's your opinion? What other names have you got? You always think you're smarter than me. Then let me know. Leave it in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. Now, you know that we've been celebrating our anniversary, and in that anniversary video I said that we're going to be giving away a very special prize, and this video is to give away that prize, right? Now, if you win this, you get to come with us to a game at the Emirates Stadium, and we'll also throw in a couple of t-shirts, maybe this one, a Run AFC hoodie, or Guna hoodie, whichever you want, we'll throw that in as well. The game that you'll be able to come to is when Arsenal play Everton. So it's a big game, it's an important game. I mean, Everton will be coming with Lukaku, etc. And of course, Arsenal will be firing. It will be a real top of the table clash.